Let's catch up with Paul Murray now. Joins me on the desk as he does every Monday. Great to see you, great man. Now, I want to quickly do politics with you because I want to talk about Renmark as well. But first up, the polls. It's essentially neck and neck. Cost of living crisis. This has got to... Look, I'm not saying that the coalition are going to romp into government, but this is really dicey for Albanese at this stage of the electoral cycle.
Well, take your pick. Newspoll shows they lose 4 seats. It puts them at 73. It means they need 3 members of the crossbench to go shopping to form a government. It means that the tail wags the dog. Then you have a look at the Resolve poll. Labor's primary vote's down 12% in 12 months. 3/4 of that has gone to the coalition. The question is, just how forever are the Teals? Are the Teals a one-and-done experiment that was a direct response to the Morrison government, or is it a new form of politics and a new way and all the rest of it? Because that's the determinant about whether we're talking Albo minority or the Liberals getting close enough to form their own minority. But it's all down to cost of living. Same polls show 55% of people, that's higher than it was 12 months ago, don't have enough money in the bank to pay for a big bill, yet Grim Jim's out there running around today saying tax cuts will help. They're $15 a week, mate. It's too little, too late.
And the Teals, it's going to be different with different Teal seats. There are general things playing to the Teals, but some Teal seats might be more vulnerable than others. Allegra Spender, for instance, in Wentworth, you think she's going to stick around for a while. Monique Ryan, kind of a lefty in Kooyong.
Yeah.
Could they take that back?
Maybe. I also think that in Western Australia, Kate Chaney is a little vulnerable. But then there's just the endless machine of free publicity for people you've never heard of, which is the way that all of these candidates were made. And we see that the 7:30 report's going to drop in with everyone else over the weekend because 2 people want a job share being an MP. Come on.
Yeah, and the money, the amazing amount of money that goes into them from Climate 200 and the like. Now, you're off to Renmark. I'm so keen on this because it's my old stamping ground. My first journalism job was at the Murray Pioneer in Renmark. I loved playing footy for the Renmark Rovers.
Now, tell us about the footy career. Let's not bury the lead because I'm going to go to the game on Saturday, looking forward to a Villiers.
You're going to the Renmark game, right?
Correct.
I hear it's against Waikerie.
All right.
When I played against Waikerie for Renmark, Waikerie had Robert Muir playing for them, one of the most infamous AFL, VFL footballers of all time. He came in late on a pack and I turned around as if I was going to have a go. I saw it was Robert Muir and I decided that discretion was the better part of valour.
So where did you play? How long were the locks?
Had a lot of hair,
How tight
mate.
were the shorts?
We've got a couple of pics here of me when I worked on the paper.
Oh, have a look at that.
But not playing footy. But, mate, playing for Renmark Rovers was fantastic. In the Riverland.
So good.
You'll be all over the next couple of days. But there's separate bunch of towns close to each other. They were out in the job.
And then when did you have the dirty mo? Did you have to play the footy with the dirty mo?
No, I didn't have the mo in those days. The mo came to replace the hair disappearing.
The reverse head, as my friend Steve would say.
So what are you doing? You going to the footy?
Yeah, going to the footy. Dean Semler, who was, of course, the man who was the man who filmed Dances with Wolves and won an Oscar for it. He's from the hometown, but just so much, like everything from, say, fishing, footy, like you name it. It's just ultimate old school Aussie, but to know that you've got the connection is very important. Were you a good footy player?
I was good enough to play in the Renmark Rovers, and we played in the grand final that year and lost to Barmera Monash. But Waikerie playing the old Port Adelaide. Mark Rasciuto's hometown.
Oh,
Waikerie.
yes.
Mark Rasciuto played for Waikerie, so there's a big connection there. A lot of AFL players come from the Renmark area too. But what you're going to love too is the river. After all the floods, the river is just come to life. There'll be so much wildlife there. All the billabongs are full.
I think we've got a paddle boat. All the rest of it's planned. All of that and a whole bunch of stuff that'll just come to mind. But it's going to be awesome. I love it. If you want to join us Sunday night, Renmark, send me an email, which is ourtown@skynews.com.
I just wish I was going too. If he does Our Town, I should do the Kenny report from the same place every time.
Look, I think it's only fair. Are the bosses listening? Is anyone out there?
Great stuff.
Let's send Kenny home.
Send him home to Renmark. That's Sunday night. Paul will be back tonight at 9 o'clock.